I cannot feel it. I cannot know it by intellect. So there has to be faith, and that's the reason Lord himself in the 4th chapter says that it is not cooked up theory by me, but it is coming down through Guru Parampara, started by me itself. And finally, one realizes that this knowledge is possible only on faith. What is the faith on the Guru? God, scriptures. That these three things actually decide how much progress happens. Not on the amount of knowledge and information we have, but how much faith we have on these three things. And Lord himself is confirming that. मैं तो हूँ विश्वास में, कबीर says. ना मंदिर में, ना मस्जिद में, ना कैलाश में, मैं तो हूँ विश्वास में. Sit straight, take a deep breath. Head, neck, backbone straight. This is the position where the energy flow is maximum. Let us take a deep breath so that our entire attention comes on the breath. This is one technique many people use. When we breathe strongly and consciously, the mind comes on the breath. And when it starts becoming more conscious of the breath, it has to let go world, relationships, body, because mind focuses on the breath, and it takes breath's form, and breath has no form. Let us bring our mind in the present moment, letting go all the past regrets, experiences, keeping only the learnings. What is going to benefit me from the past, I must keep. All things I must let go. How to let go? Just by saying, I let go. Let us let go all the future anxieties. Fears, present tensions. Today, Lord is going to give us one promise that if you know this, then you will become fearless. That is my promise. So today we are going to take up that topic, that if you know this topic, you will become fearless. You will become sorrowless. Let us chant loudly.
सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः गजाननं भूतगणातिसेवितं पवित्रजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजं सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुदेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धो च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम।
Hari Om. Thank you, Lata Rajshekarji. So, Arjun's confusion and sorrow was the theme of the first chapter, Arjun Vishada Yoga. Second chapter, Lord gave self-knowledge. Third chapter, he gave secret of action. And in the fourth chapter, it is very interesting that Lord himself is saying that this is not my cooked up theory. Such a humble, approach. This is given to Sun God, and then from them Manu and all these kings and then sages, and then it is reaching you, and many people have realized and gone beyond this confusion and sorrow with this knowledge. So the importance of Guru Parampara, and that is 1000% true that where the tuning happens, the doubt starts vanishing like that. We must be able to figure out where the tuning is happening. I went to, when I was in college, I used to go to so many places with all these questions, and I was not, feeling satisfied. That restlessness was there about the answers, not convincing. The moment I came in Chinmay Mission, I saw that in contact with Gurudev, so many questions just started dissolving or evaporating, and the answers were there. So it is with the Guru's grace only we learn. We should also give up that kind of ego that, I am very intelligent and I have understood a lot of things. So here Lord himself is mentioning that this knowledge is very important and we have to protect it. How to protect it? By sharing with others. That is our responsibility. Whatever I know, I must share with others. There was one person who had met me. He told when he joined Infosys, it was his day one, and after the first half day, there's a huge canteen or where they eat. So he went and sat, and normally canteens have benches and there's a center table and 4 people can sit. So two people were sitting on the other side. He sat on one side because he didn't know anyone. And the lunch is there, standard lunch. He started eating. After 5 minutes, one person came and asked him, "Can I sit next to you?" He told, yeah, please. He didn't eat. He don't know anyone. So that person got the lunch from the counter, came and sat. Quickly finished his lunch because he eat less, and then he went away. The people who were sitting opposite him, two employees, they asked him, "Do you know who was sitting next to you?" He told, no, I have just joined today actually. I don't know. He told, no, Narayan Murthy was there. He was sitting next to you. Narayan Murthy was sitting. So many times we don't know people, and when somebody says, he's actually a doctor, he's actually, state player, he's actually an MD of the organization, he's this, and he's like normally Rajshekhar is there in front of me. So he's the school, what do you call it? Not principal, but trustee. Then people start looking at this person differently. Now, very, very importantly, our whole life goes into knowing Janma and Karma about people. And we are very, very interested. I want to know. And suppose we meet a famous person's wife or husband, then we are very interested to know, let us find out other side of the story from wife or husband, how that person is at home, though he is great outside. Janma Karma kya hai usko batao. So now here Bhagwan is telling us a very, very important verse that we will come later on. And first time Bhagwan is introducing to Arjun that who is he actually. Till this moment, Arjun is thinking Krishna is like, born in jail, somebody's son, went to Gokul, from there went to Dwarka, establishes kingdom, now in Hastinapur, coming as a friend, philosopher, guide, coach. He told, no, I am not all these things. I am all those things, but I am not only this, I am different. So now we will take very important topic today. I would invite all of you to pay attention completely, because this topic is extremely important, because still there is confusion on who is God. Though from the 7th chapter, God himself is going to tell again and again, ki, please know me as I am. Now that is another, what do you call, sorrow for most of us, and even God's sorrow is also that. Many people actually have a deep feeling, in reality, I am a different person, I'm actually a different person, and very few people know who I am as I am. I am that way kind of bindas person. I used to do this in college. I used to smoke and this, but now I have become like this, and people start relating with me with like this. Actually, deep within, I am a very, very, very joyous person and very fun-loving person. But outside, people think I am a very serious person. I'm just giving some examples. Now that is, suppose we are definitely going to see from 7th chapter. This is what again and again Lord is telling Arjun, that please understand me as I am. And now we are going to take two topics. First, Lord is going to tell him that I am an avatar. And suppose you want to know about Dashavatar, on the screen you can see one Narayanan there. You contact him. He lives in Pune. He is an expert on Bhagavad. So on different avatars, you can contact him. He has lots of knowledge on this. But today Lord is going to say that who is avatar? I am avatar and you are Jiva. Now, first time Arjun is going to see the difference between who is avatar and who is a Jiva. Till now, he was thinking that Krishna is Jiva only. Because people still think today that, no, I don't think Ram and Krishna had really taken birth. I don't think they walked on this planet. No, it is all Puranic stories, So now Lord is going to tell who is avatar. We are going to see distinction between avatar and jiva, and then we are going to, as we are doing summary, this topic comes 2 verses later, that who am I, know my janma and karma, and then you will be liberated from sorrow and fear. And after that, we are going to take yada yada hi dharmasya. That is a famous verse. So because we are doing summary, we have the freedom to slightly go here and there. So difference between avatar and jiva. But all these verses are there. Lord has mentioned, I am this, I am this, I am this. So Lord says that for me, it is called as incarnation. Jiva, it is called reincarnation, rebirth. First difference. Second difference, avatar, I know all my births and every being's birth, even a grass blade's birth, I know that how this grass in the next birth will become a tree. From that tree, it will become an animal, and from animal, what it will become. I don't know. This is a very, very important question. This question really bothered me for quite some time when I was on inquiry path. Now also I'm on inquiry path, that I don't know where I was before my birth. I will not know after this, after death, where I will go, what, which country I will be born, as whom I will be born, with whom I will be born. I don't know. The Lord says, I know everything. That is the difference. Third, I take birth with my own wish. Jiva, that is us. I take birth due to pressure of our desire and vasanas. Certain set of vasanas get fructified. Like we have lots of fixed deposit, but one gets matured. That one maturity of one fixed deposit is called as one birth. But that way we have many fixed deposits. We do not know it. I have a choice. Various avatars I can take. Sometime I can take only for some time tortoise, only for one job for 15 minutes I will take, and that is called as an avatar. Sometimes I will take Varaha avatar, boar I will become. I have a choice. Jiva, I have no choice of gender, whether next birth I will become man, women, neutral, who knows? Whether next birth I will become any animal, tree, bird, who knows? This is very important, because what is the guarantee that I am? No, next birth I want to be a man only. Many women say, no, next birth, no, I don't want women's life. I want man's life. So one Swamiji told long time back, the gender whom we think about more, that we become. And normally a man thinks more about women, women thinks more about man. So it keeps repeating. But we have no choice. So when we have no choice, we have to accept, Bhagavan, okay, it is my karma only and your grace only that I have got this birth. So now we have got a human birth. Now we have not got many, challenges at the financial level, health level, because those who are listening and those who are able to follow. So this is the best time, best place on earth to do it. I take birth with a purpose. Avatar says, I take birth to fulfill my desires. That's all. All the time I have a bucket list, and then what is remaining, what is not remaining. This is very, very important, because we are going to discuss, because I have been asked so many times this question. But I don't understand, and Hindus only, after reading Ramayana, Mahabharata, and then following Bhagavad Gita, even reading Upanishads. But I still don't understand, why Ram went after that deer. He was God. He should have understood that that deer is that Rakshas, How he allowed Sita to be taken away by Ravana. How he allowed his pregnant wife to go in the jungle. But this is the purpose, and Ram, Sita, Lakshman, Bharat, they all came together with a purpose, and they all knew that this is going to happen. We don't know because we look at all these avatars at jivas only, and that's the reason this distinction is very important. And then we are going to take God in very, very clear scientific way from the Vedantic point of view. And then we understand that some people say this, some people say that, it is all included here itself. Vishnu and Lakshmi became Ram and Sita. They knew clearly that this is going to happen. We should not ask this question after this distinction of who is an avatar and who is Jiva, because Jiva will look at avatar from Jiva point of view only and ask Jiva type of question. No, but I don't understand why. Lakshman got so angry when Bharat was coming to the forest to see with his Sena and he thought he is going to attack him. So all these dialogues they will have, Ram will cry, Sita will say something, but this is all out of purpose. They all know before, during, after, for several yugas and several births. For several yugas, Ram and Sita has been coming in the same yuga and doing the same lila. This is not the first time this yuga is happening. Yada yadai dharmasya. Whenever there is glani, I will come in different yuga, yuge. I am the Lord of all beings. Though you can see in front of me yourself, I am standing next to you. This side Pandav Sena, this side Kaurav Sena. I am the Lord of all beings. Not this Kauravas I have hatred and Duryodhana I hate. They are all my children only. I am the Lord. I am one among all beings, Jiva. I rule over my nature. I am Mayapati. And Jiva, I am slave of my nature. What is a nature? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. This is very important because an avatar's body is not like Jiva body. Swami Advayananji was telling once. It's a very important distinction. Avatar's body also is not made up of 5 elements. But because we see the avatar or the person in front of us in the same that he is also having pain, then he is also having diseases and he is also having a lot of challenges. No, but their body is different. It is completely in control of them. And that's the reason we can see the avatar can be appearing in different places. Right now also there are saints. There are so many stories about saints that this person saw this saint at this place. The same time this saint was sitting here. Their body is not made up of the 5 elements as we think. They are in control of all the 5 elements. They are in control of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. And our perception from today has to change about avatars. And we will see how many types of avatars also are there. Avatar, Lord says, I am Sarvajna, I know everything. I am Sarva Shaktiman, I am the most powerful. I am Sarvatra, I am everywhere. Jiva, Alpadnya, Alpa Shaktiman, Alpatra. I am only here in Ghatkopar, Chembur, now sitting before the laptop. I am not everywhere. I don't know what is happening in America, Chennai, China. I don't know. Ukraine, what is happening? I don't know. I am just depending on media. And I can't do anything. What can I do? One simple jiva, what can I cannot do anything. Sambhavami, I appear, whereas we are bhavami, Guruji says. I am this, I am this, I am this, I say. Lord says, Sambhavami yuge. I appear in different yugas. But that we are going to take up after this topic. Why do I appear in different yugas? There are different reasons. But Arjun said, Bhagwan, okay, I understood your avatar, but then I am confused about that I am Jiva, you are avatar, but who is Ishvara? Then who is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh? Then what is Brahman? Vedanta says Brahman, then somebody says God, somebody says Allah, somebody says Father, somebody says Son, somebody says Messenger. And why all this confusion? And then why we put you in a statue in a temple? Why temples are built? Why we should go to temple when God is everywhere? No, I don't believe in all this God concept. Hindus only say, I believe in power. There is one power. There is one, some people are very scared to say God. This is a universal power. God, I do. Universal power. I believe that there is some power outside me which is regulating. I don't know. And some people are still, these are Hindus only. Some people say, no. I see nature. Nature is powerful. So now we are going to see all these things are same. Basically, that shows the ignorance about God himself, and God doesn't like that. You are ignorant about me. Please know my nature and please know my janma. Please know my karma. And that's the reason we also do the same thing. Like whenever we meet people, okay, you want to know, you listen to my story. I took birth in one small village, and then how I studied and how I self-made man, and then see my karma. I worked in so many places. I did so many things. So basically what we are doing, because we are God's small kind of part itself, we are also having the same desire that people should know my birth, janma and karma only. And then we feel very happy when somebody knows my janma and karma. You know how you should listen to my story, And God says, please stop listening to people's stories for at least some time. Listen to my story and my glory. And that's the reason all these Puranas and Bhagavad is there. Lord says that you should only talk about my glory and my story. Why are you interested in your story? So now who is God? That is what topic we will take. We have understood Jiva and Avatar. But what is the relationship between Avatara and Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh and 33 Koti Devatas, etc. So now our concept of God is very, very scientifically explained here on 2 attributes. So anytime when we want to discuss God, if somebody comes and tells us, okay, do you believe in God? We must say, no, I don't believe in God. I am seeking God. And if somebody wants to argue or talk about God, let us say, let us not discuss about which God you believe, which God you don't believe. Let us discuss what is God, first of all, from a very scientific parameter, and there has to be some parameter to discuss. Not on just, like I believe in Krishna only. I don't believe in Ram. No. Ram was not Purna Avatar. Krishna was Purna Avatar. No. Ram had only 12 kalas. Krishna had 16 kalas. But Ram was born in solar dynasty. So sun has 12 cycles. Lord Krishna was born in lunar dynasty. So it has 16 cycles. But anyhow, today we are going to discuss the entire concept of God, where there is no question, no doubt on one word, one topic, where till now also maximum hits are there on Google. What is God is more important than whether I believe God or not. So it is based on 2 parameters. And that's the reason we like Vedanta, because it comes out very systematic, structured, scientific approach. So the approach is based on attribute and form. This is where the whole confusion happens. In all religions, this is a confusion. No. How can God have a form? God is formless. And actually, interestingly, suppose we read Quran, Bible and Bhagavad Gita and all the religions, their definition of God from the top, what we are going to see is the same. So we all believe in that. After that, Vedanta has given all these classifications for our benefit. So on 2 attributes, we are going to see the parameter. Guna means attribute. We are not here calling quality, because quality is of the jiva, attribute is of that. Attribute and quality, that these 2 words are different. And akar means form. So on this basis, Vedanta says that these are the possibilities, and all these things we believe. So whatever you say, you are part of us only. You're not different than us. And that's the reason we say that all are seeking the same one. Whereas if you go to other religion, they say, no, no, no. If you are not converting to our religion, you are not seeking the same God. You are seeking somebody else, something else. So the first concept is Nirgun Nirakar. And this Nirgun Nirakar is called as Brahman in Vedanta. Absolute Brahman, Sat Chit Ananda. Upanishad says Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. The attributes of this is infinite, imperishable, beginningless, endless, cannot be destroyed, cannot be created. And Brahman, that word in Sanskrit means that which is infinite. So Upanishad will not talk about any God with form. Upanishad seeks absolute Brahman. So those people who go beyond seeking the form, they are more interested to read Upanishad and focus on formless God, which is very difficult because we can't have a relationship with formless. I'll repeat this sentence. We can't have a relationship with formless because the feelings will not come. Feelings come when there is a form and attribute or quality. And that's the reason our Vedanta said, okay, we understand that, so we will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where it's a complete psychological process, why we create temples, why we have such beautiful idols, why we have to go to temples, why we actually worship this God, goddesses, and through that we actually are going towards Brahman, which is the most scientific psychological process of human mind because we have studied the human mind. Human mind cannot seek directly Brahman. You just sit, just now, you can do an experiment, just sit straight, close your eyes and think about Brahman. What will come? Nothing will come. Because my mind is full of form and qualities. Some people will think about Brahmin and then Brahmins are not good and this Brahmin and that mind will go somewhere else. From Brahman to Brahmin. Second, Nirguna Akara. This is the second concept of God. Nirguna Akara, the symbol what we have given is Om. It has no gunas, but it has an Akar. So when we say Om, suppose I say, I can see some, I can take some names, here. Suppose I say Ram, Ram will start looking here, Suppose I say Vatsala will start. Oh, my name is Tim. Suppose I say Dr. Narayan will say. Radhaji, I can see only some videos. We will start looking. And suppose I start taking name, suddenly my attention will go there. So whenever we say Om, the Brahman, though you might say it has no attributes and it has no form, but Brahman is the most infinite consciousness. It will come in us and it will have attention on us. And the entire on this Om, there is Mandukya Upanishad. There are only 12 verses in Mandukya Upanishad. Sometimes we should take that. Only on Om it is there because they have given this particular factor. Even now, just now, suppose you say in your mind or loudly, Om. Now Brahman is saying to us, oh, what happened? What happened? You called me? You called me? Yeah, what do you want? What do you want? But it cannot talk. But it will pay attention because it is a conscious being. It is not unconscious. So, Om chanting is done by sannyasis. Suppose a Grihastha does lot of Om chanting, Vairagya will come. Swami Tapan Maharaj had said once, I had read that Grihasthas should not do a lot of Om chanting because Vairagya will start happening. Because formless and attributeless will start coming more and more in my life because we are so attached to quality and form. I'll repeat, we are extremely attached to quality and form. And so we come to Sagun Nirakar. Here also, Sagun means attribute, but now it has no form. So we can't interact with Sagun Nirakar. So this is a concept of God, which is the most popular before knowing first to be directly, some people come to this. God means generator, operator, destroyer, that is an acronym of God, and that we have called as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and this we called as Ishvara, controller. Because now it has got qualities, but it has not got any form yet. Ishte means controller, Vyapnoti means pervades. God with qualities but no form. So Brahma quality what? Creation quality. Vishnu, what is a quality? Attribute, protection, sustenance. Mahesh, what is the attribute we have given? Destroyer. So this is where we called as God. So when people normally think of God, they talk of Ishvara. But now we have discriminated that Ishvara, the real nature of Ishvara is absolute Brahman. Now this is very important to understand, because from 7th chapter, Lord again and again says this, that don't think I am this. I am actually infinite. I am all pervading. I am beginningless. I am endless. I don't do anything. I have not created any creation. So when he says that, he's talking from Nirguna Nirakar point of view. And that's the reason when we read Bhagavad Gita, this concept of God, actually we must study before we read Bhagavad Gita. Because God talks from different paradigms. And we also do that. Sometimes we go in office and talk like a mother. Sometimes we come home and talk like a manager. Only people who know us say, no. Now he's taken avatar of Rudra avatar. Now he's taken mother avatar. Now he's taken manager avatar. Now he's taken damager avatar. So we also take avatar. So that we saw Sarvajna, Sarvatra, Sarvashaktiman, Srushti, Sthiti, Laya Karta, it is called. The creator, sustenance, and the destroyer. And Lord is the only entity. So Lord says that whatever you create, please learn to let go. Because that is what is the rule. Because I also create such wonderful, beautiful Srushti, but I only destroy it. I only create that Mahalaya and again I recreate. Tirodhana, power of concealing. Anugraha Karta, power of grace. These are the attributes. So why we are calling this Saguna Nirakara? Because these are the attributes of God, but it has no form. But this Lord we worship because he has one power, Anugraha Karta, power to grace. So we ask, so Lord Krishna again and tells Arjun that you take refuge in me. I will bless you. I will liberate you. Now, which God is telling that? Ishvara. Not Brahman. Brahman is not interested, because from Brahman point of view, there is no creation. Now, 33 types of gods are there. This is again coming in Sagun Nirakar. These 33 types. There are 33 types, not 33 crores. Koti in Sanskrit means types. So these are natural forces. So some people say, no, I don't believe in any God, Brahman and all those things. But I believe in nature. So you basically are believing in Hindu philosophy of Devata only. So those people who know this, they must only smile. Okay. You are not believing all these things, but you are believing in nature. Forces. Yeah, I believe in forces. There are some forces. Natural, supernatural forces, I believe. So you are basically believing in Devatas only. So Devata means force, power. So what are these? 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus, Indra, Prajapati. But who is the boss of them? Ishwar is the boss. So it's an organization going on in this universe. All these people have to report to Indra. Indra reports to somebody else, and they all report to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, but we can't see them. But this is an organized thing going on, and that's the reason we wonder sometimes, especially in rainy season is the most divine season. I feel that whenever it rains, it feels like it is, how can exactly in June it comes in India, 10th June it comes in Kerala, after that, 1st June and 10th June, after 10 days it comes in Mumbai or it goes somewhere else. How these clouds comes, how exactly on that spot it rains, and how it prospers. It's an amazing thing. It is beyond our thinking that it is no human being's capacity to do all these kind of things. So it is a complete organization which is working for humanity, and we are part of it. So this Devata is again falling into the category of Sagun Nirakar. We can't see these forces, but they have given their own jobs and they have powers and they have qualities, they have attributes. So there are many, many stories like this, like Varun Devata will only power of wind. Hanumanji was Varun Devata's son. Surya Devata. So
Vayu Devata.
Vayu Devata. So we don't think that all these forces are, this, what do you call, unconscious, or they are only forces. We have given them, or we call them as Devata only. We worship them because every day we do Surya morning. Even we have seen those people who have not read any scriptures. First of all, they will get up and do namaskar to Surya. Thank you very much for giving this light, because our earth is a solar powered planet. Thank you, Vayu Devata, for this wind. Thank you, rain, Varun Devata. So this Devata Pujan is there in most pujas. They will do this Devata Pujan also. And today we are talking of environment friendly. This was there in our scriptures and spiritual thing, that relationship with the nature, that we have to take care of the nature because nature is taking care of us. The next is the most important part called as Saguna Sakar. Now, till now, we cannot have relationship, we cannot talk, we cannot transact, we cannot have feelings towards this God, Brahman. We cannot have feeling towards those forms what we have not seen. Though we have created Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, but that is our creation, what we have seen from the avatars, what have come. So now Lord says, no. I can understand your, plight, Jiva, because you have to see me, you have to talk to me, you have to feel me, you have to touch me. And that's the reason God says, I come on earth, and that is called as avatar, where we can interact, where we can talk, where we can transact. Earlier in Mahabharata, there used to be Gandharva and his Yaksha. They had this power to deal with them also. In Mahabharata, there are stories that, one Yaksha came and then he caught Duryodhan. So, not that these are only stories, they are there, but we can't see because the form is not there. So, I have to take another subtle body to experience that. But on earth, the Jiva, the avatar comes. In this universe, the avatar comes. Avatarati means stepping down. Meaning of avatarati, from that avatar has come. Sagun Sakar. Now, interestingly, whatever is subject, a Jiva is subjected, the avatar will be subjected to. The avatar will have a birth date, a death date, and some people are more on how can Krishna be avatar, See, avatar is so powerful, but then he was killed by one hunter, and one small arrow went and hit his thumb, and he was just sleeping, and he was not knowing that this hunter is going to come. This is what I have heard from people. No, I don't believe Krishna is avatar. How can one hunter kill, and with some small poison it will hit his thumb and then he will die? So now, very important, avatar will go through everything what a Jiva will go through, and that is the technology, that is what Bhagwan wants. That you can relate to me. Whatever happens in your life, it will happen in my life, and I will showcase it to you. And that's the reason some people ask, no, but Sri Ram cried so profusely when his wife was taken away. For lot of time he was crying only. In Valmiki Ramayana, to the expression of Ram's sorrow and crying is like not even a human being will cry like that. How can avatar will cry? So an avatar will have a birth, date, death, date, but will have a goal, role and time for it. And that is a Leela what they are doing. That is a purpose why they are coming. And that's the reason many people are not able to recognize this avatar, because they will display all human emotions. Because that is the purpose why they are coming. Otherwise, how will we relate? When Krishna's romance, when we see this anger, or when we see this love, when we see this fear, when we see so many things what they do, from today we must keep one thing in mind: what a avatar is. Avatar is in full control. Mayapati is just coming for a purpose for us to transact, and we will see what is the purpose also. There are three purposes for which the avatar comes. Drishti Gosharata Prapti. I must be able to see, I must be able to transact, I must be able to interact. Krida, they play. Then there are miracles and there are stories what they create, which we can discuss right now also. In pandemic, the most popular serial was not any Netflix. Still it was Ramayana and Mahabharata. Now also second time in pandemic. Because God will say, whatever you do, create of stories of so many people and then show on Netflix, is finally, my story will remain for all yugas, because my story, you cannot even think of, any human being cannot create a story like Mahabharata. No, we are very modern. In Mahabharata, all relationships are there. No. See, today in Kali Yuga, what we are doing, how marriages are happening and this and that. In Manusmriti, 8 types of marriages are given. We can't even think how ultra modern was that. In Mahabharata, 1 wife, 5 husbands stayed together. What we are thinking of that now we are doing in Kali Yuga, and we are very modern, and then cheap things are happening. We have been so matured and so advanced in all these things. Suppose we read Manusmriti, we'll understand different 8 kinds of marriages. In that very simple, what they say today is living relationship is clearly mentioned in that. Then there are much beyond our thinking. Gandharva Vivaha, etc. So all these things, when Avatar does, from today we must say that Avatar is already aware who is he all the time when he is taking an avatar. Yes. Purpose, 3 purposes, and that's the definition of Purna Avatar. So any avatar where he does all the 3 things, then he is called as a Purna Avatar. First is Sadhak Anugraha. Avatar comes out of love of the Bhakta. Now another myth is that, when there is a lot of adharma in the entire universe, in the entire Bharat, in the entire world, avatar will come. No, avatar can come only for one person, Prahlad. Only for one person he came, Narsimha Avatar. So support, alamban, protection. Then avatar comes for darshanam, because all the way we go to Tirupati and stand for hours together, all the way we go to where that Kashmir to see Devi, and hours together we stand for what? Darshan. So that is a very beautiful philosophy, that we want darshan of Lord. And how much darshan we get? 1 second, 2 seconds, that 200 people pushing. But come on, kya acha darshan hua. But this bhava must be there, that Lord himself is interested in giving his darshanam, so he comes down. Then second purpose is dharma raksha. So not only dharma raksha is the only purpose. Lord wants to give us darshan. Lord wants to give us protection. Lord wants to give us marga darshan. Not only deha darshan, marga darshan also. So dharma raksha means samashti prarthana happens. Lord Bhagwan, please come. Lot of adharma happening. That we are going to take up in Yada Yada Dharmasya 1. I think those 2 verses will take 1 session. And the third reason why Lord comes is Marga Darshanam, show path and teach. So we must follow Ram's life and Krishna's teaching. So what Sri Ram did when Sita was taken, that we must discuss and not ask after today. No. But I don't understand how Ram and Lakshman, such great kings, and they were avatars, and then they ran after the deer, and then they couldn't figure out that this is a golden deer, which is false. Is there a golden deer? Even I know that there is no golden deer. How could they get deluded. So if they are getting deluded, they are not avatars, they are not gods. So from today, all these questions must disappear, because one thing about avatar is that they are Ishwar only, and they know everything about everybody. And not only in this yuga, yuge. What has happened in earlier yuga also they know, now also they know. So three reasons, and those avatars which do all three are called as Purna avatar. Types of avatar: Purna avatar does all three jobs. Then there is Kala avatar, Jnana avatar, Spurti avatar, Avesha avatar, Leela avatar, Krida avatar, Amsha avatar, and most important, I like the last one, Adhyatma avatar. Means this avatar comes from inside. They will take birth from inside as Aham Brahmasmi. Brahma, Bhagwan will say, I am going to take avatar sitting inside you. Suppose I just close eyes and Bhagwan will take avatar inside me as Atma Darshan. Bhagwan, so Bhagwan will say, I have a buffet. What buffet? Okay. You want Rupa Darshan or you want Atma Darshan? So we have to decide. I cannot get confused. Suddenly Bhagwan comes and says, please tell me, you want Nirgun Nirakar, Nirgunakar, Sagun Nirakar, Sagun Sakar? What do you want? No, Bhagwan, I want all. To have Jnana and Bhakti, both are, Jnana is easy, Bhakti is difficult. To get Lord's love, see today this ISKCON, I had a lot of dialogues with a lot of ISKCON people and even Swamis there, very interesting. They say, I don't want to dissolve in God, I want only love of God. So if you ask any ISKCON person who is really studied Shastra, what is your ultimate goal? He says, I do not want God, I want God's love. And how to get God's love? By serving people. Simple message in ISKCON. The more I serve people, the more God will love. I don't want nirvana, I don't want to dissolve, but that is going to happen because the more God loves us, He is going to take us. So Adhyatma avatar also is there. Lord takes avatar from within. Right now, Lord is not taking inside avatar. Lord is quiet. Kundalini is not Jagrut, sleeping. So Lord is sleeping inside us. But when He will take avatar inside us, that is called as enlightenment, what Buddha told. So this is Saguna Sakar. So now we come to the importance of Upasana Pratima. In Sagun Sakar, all this Brahman we cannot relate, we cannot see Om, we can chant. Avatar now, right now in this Kali Yuga, we have no avatar. So what we will do? All these things we will collect in one murti and then we will do one ritual and invoke. And Lord says that is possible because I am everywhere. Now this is the main difference between our culture and Islamic culture. We have to understand that why these people are not feeling any sin or guilty in killing, because they believe there is no God on earth. God is only there. If you read Islam and Bible and if you see the definitions of their God, it is exactly as absolute Brahman. Exactly the same words. But their belief is that God doesn't come on earth, God doesn't take avatar. God is not there in any temple, God is not there in any statue, God is not there in any stone. So those people who fool people, then they should be killed or they should be converted, because real God is there. And Lord Himself has told in many times Bhagavad Gita that I am not here, I am not here, I am actually absolute Brahman. So they try to quote us. See, in your scriptures, so it is given. But today we have to understand from psychological point of view that we cannot relate to something which has no form, something which has no attributes. Suddenly I tell you that, okay, let's go to Timbuktu. This is Guruji's example. Now I don't know the word, I don't know where is Timbuktu, where that feeling also will not come where to go to Timbuktu. You might say, okay, I'm not interested in Timbuktu. I will come with you. But there again, form and attributes are there. So we created this Pratima Upasana so that all our feelings, all our anger, we can have a dialogue, we can talk, and then we can love, we can concentrate, we can have a relationship, we can have a choice. So such a great culture and such a vast thought as complete psychological thought that how can we create all this concentration, feeling, love, relationship for Brahman, for Nirgun Nirakar is through Sagun Sakar. And so we created Upasana Pratima. Upasana Pratik. Now Pratima is a idol. Pratik is still more subtler, like there is a Shivalinga. So when we are worshipping Shivalinga, we are worshipping Shiva Tattva. When I had gone to Narmada, Narmada Parikrama for 2-3 days there, every stone in Narmada, when we walk, people walk as if I'm walking on God. Because any stone is Narmadeshwar. Shaligram, one stone, Vishnu. So we bring that stone and then we worship that stone because that is God to us, because we can invoke in that tattva, we can love, we can have feelings, we can, when we wash, when we put milk, when we can feel it, our mind will become purified, our mind will become concentrated very easily. And most of us on this planet are not sattvic that enough to concentrate on Brahman. So those people who read Upanishads and Brahma Sutra and directly meditate, in the Satyuga, there were more people of that kind. So there was no concept of this puja vidhi and all that time. But today it is having extreme importance because our mind is so fragile, so weak, and we require one emotional anchor to hold on to. Whether it is God, Guru, or some scripture, or some role model, or some coach, it has to be there. If a person who has no anchor for emotional, this person is a person who has a high chance of getting emotionally turmoil, depressed, sad in 2 minutes, because there is no emotional anchor to hold on to. And this psychology was known to our rishis very early, so this all creation happened. Ishta Devata, still more powerful. Ishta Devata is for bhaktas, likes, wishes. No, I want Balakrishna. Okay. No, I want Rukmini Krishna. Okay. Okay, no, I want Sita and Ramji together. Okay. No, I want Vanvasi Ram only. Okay. No, I like Ganeshji. Okay. Ganeshji playing guitar also. Okay. Ganeshji dancing. Whatever. But idea is that can this Pratima, Pratik, Ishta Devata, can it hold on? Can it become your anchor, emotional anchor, where I can pour, when I can do exactly things what I do for human beings? Like today, now it is raining, or in winters, people that stone, they will take warm water because it is cold. Now somebody who is, no, I don't believe in it. What is a stone? It doesn't have any feelings. Why are you putting warm water? No. It is Krishna for me. But it is metal. But once who knows this concept of God, we should just smile and do our job, because whom we are worshipping is not that metal, not that avatar. We are worshipping the highest through it. When God topic comes, I forget time. What is that? Oh, 8:30 already. Virata Karma Devadana. I don't believe in all these things. Okay. Then Ramana Maharshi says, okay, no problem. You are also part of us. Ashtamurti Bru Deva Pujanam. You worship the world as God. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. And then Vedanta comes and says, Upanishad and Brahma Sutra, Lord is yourself only. Conditioned by the BMI, which is called as Antaryami. And then you will realize Aham Brahmasmi. The student sits in the meditation and says, Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Brahman. And Bhagwan has 6 qualities, and that's the reason it is called as a Bhaga, that we will take up later on. So from today, there should not be any confusion about who is God and why we are worshipping and why we go to temple and why this Murti and why this God and why there is no conflict between Shiva and Vishnu and everything. All these things come when we are not having complete idea about concept of God from this scientific parameter of attribute and form. So these are what we relate. And from these 2 attributes, these 4 distinctions are coming. So we have seen the entire concept of God, and I do not think there is anything further on God to discuss, because we are so encompassing that we encompass everything. Whoever talks about any concept of God, he says, you belong to us only. Okay, you're talking this, you belong to Sagun Sakar. Okay, well, you belong to Nirgun Nirakar. Okay, you belong to Sagun Nirakar. Any of these four you will fix. There is nobody on this earth who will say, no, our God is different and your God is different, etc., etc., etc. So now God is very, very happy today. I think God would be very happy, because when we discuss about God and his Janma and Karma, he says, now I am very happy because you're not interested in your Janma and your Karma. You know me and I'm going to liberate you from sorrow and fear. That is what God is going to promise in 10th verse of 4th chapter. So that we must see. And before that, the 9th verse, where this what we discussed today in detail, because that was God's, what do you call, order. You know about my Janma Karma, I will liberate you. If you don't know, I will not liberate you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.